Hey. Okay, so again, I'm bringing you some inspiration and motivation based on the wisdom that I'm gaining from going through the Bible this year. And I hope it speaks to you the way that it has spoken to me. I'm going to continue with this idea of faith. And in case you missed the video before this, the Bible defines faith as the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So that's the definition we're going with, again, because it's from the Bible. And so last video, I encouraged you to check in with your definition of faith and where you are in having faith. What's your status? Today, I want to talk about faith and prayer, and it's coming with a little bit of caution. So in Matthew 16:4, Jesus is talking to disciples, the crowd, and he says, "An evil and adulterous generation seeks for a sign, but no sign will be given to it." And so I encourage you to go read that in its full context, but for the sake of time, I'm giving you that little snippet so you know what we're going to be diving into today. I have prayed for signs before. And I won't go as far as to say you shouldn't pray for signs. But based on what Jesus was saying, I would be careful. So I caution you. I don't have a degree in theology, so I am just here on what stuck out to me and what was shared to share it then with you. And you might find yourself saying, well, okay, if I don't pray for a sign, what should I pray for? And the Bible gives us some ideas of what we should be praying for. I love it. I hate when someone tells you what not to do, but they don't give you like a list of ideas of what to do. I feel like with health, everyone will tell you what not to eat. And by the time you cross everything off the I can't eat list, there's nothing left. Okay, maybe like Brussels sprouts, raw, not cooked, rinsed in water. I don't know. Sorry if you like Brussels sprouts. Obviously not a fan here. But the point is, let's talk about what he's saying not to ask for. And at the end, I'll tell you what the Bible does say and encourage you to pray for. But I think the context, again, I encourage you to go back and read it. I think the context of this is important. So around this time, the disciples have witnessed Jesus provide food for crowds of people. Tons and tons of people. And he makes an analogy to like there not being food. And it's really about the Pharisees and believing what the Pharisees and Sadducees are teaching about God. But the disciples are like, wait, did he say we're not going to have food? And so he's kind of a little frustrated when he says this. You know, it's around the same time as the scripture. And so here he has, again, faith, right? The disciples have seen him provide food for thousands of people, and all of a sudden they're going to start worrying that, what if we don't have food? And he's kind of frustrated, like, really? You just saw a miracle. You don't think I'm going to provide you with food? Come on now. And so another thing that's happening around this time is Jesus has given his disciples the power to heal people and cast out spirits or demons. And they bring Jesus this girl and they're like, we can't do it. This is a big one. We can't get this demon out. And so again, he's frustrated, like, again, taking it back to faith. Like, what do you mean you can't? You've seen me do it. I told you we have the same power. You've healed all these other people. And so again, just a disappointment. You know, like when your parents are like, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. And that like hurts way more. You're like, please be mad at me. So it comes across to me when I hear it as like a disappointed, like, oh, again. So here's the thing. Based on those circumstances, and then we hear him say that you ask for a sign, but you won't get one. It makes me wonder, if God gave you a sign, and maybe there are times that he has, would we always believe it? Would we believe it? Or would we say, oh, well, that could be a sign, but can you give me a sign to prove to me that that was a sign? And then can I have a sign for the sign that was a sign for? just like in the last video, guys, there are signs all around us. We can see signs in other people's lives that they may have asked for, I don't know, but we can see signs in everyday actions and occurrences. There's plenty of examples of signs and miracles in the Bible, yet we still want one more. Okay, well, I'll believe if there's one more sign, I'm totally sold. That's kind of like saying you're gonna eat only one potato chip. I can't, especially chips. I'm gonna eat that whole bag. So be careful when it comes to signs, and be careful with okay, I got a sign, which is pretty special, but now I want a sign to know that was a sign. So watch that. So, okay, Baron, you said I can't pray for a sign. What does the Bible say to pray for? Well, in Proverbs 3:21-26, it talks about praying for wisdom, understanding, sound judgment, and discretion. Okay, so I know that when I've wanted a sign, it's not usually when things are going great. It's in like really tough seasons, and I'm like, maybe God's shutting a door in my face and I'm just not getting it. Can you give me a sign? Or like, I am drowning. A sign would be like a lifesaver right now. Please save me. And so if you find yourself in one of those moments, what I would encourage you to pray for again is wisdom, understanding, sound judgment, and discretion. All of those things are things that I need when I'm going through a tough situation or a really hard season. Okay, so those are the 4 things that I would pray for. So again, don't have a background in theology. I'm giving you guys what I got. And what I got is, I don't know that we should be praying for signs. I think we might get signs even if we don't ask for them. I think that's true. So if you're like, well, I don't know what else to pray for. Well, again, wisdom, understanding, sound judgment, and discretion. And that's from Proverbs 3:21-26. Okay, guys, I hope you got something from today's message. If you did, please share with your friends that, I'm sure they'd love some encouragement and motivation today. And I'll talk to you again real soon.